The Crimson Dawn, humanity's first footprint on Mars and beyond. The descent module shuddered, a metallic beast groaning against the thin Martian atmosphere. Inside, Commander Eris Thorne, his face a mask of practiced calm, watched the altimeter numbers tick down. Outside, the ochre landscape of Mars, ancient and unyielding, rushed up to meet them. For decades, it had been a distant red beacon in Earth's night sky, a canvas for humanity's grandest dreams. Today, it was their destination. Touchdown, Eris-1, nominal landing, came the crisp voice of mission control, thousands of light seconds away. A collective, audible sigh of relief, then an explosion of cheers rippled through the comms. Eris unbuckled, his heart thrumming a rhythm that echoed across the vast emptiness. He looked at his crew, Dr. Lena Petrova, the mission's astrobiologist, her eyes shining with barely contained wonder, and Kenji Tanaka, the mission's geologist and engineer, already double-checking the habitat inflation sequence. The airlock hissed, cycling its last molecules of Earth air. Eris took a deep breath, the filtered oxygen tasting sterile, yet exhilarating. He pushed the hatch. The silence that enveloped him was unlike anything he had ever known. A profound, ancient stillness broken only by the faint hum of his suit's life support. His boot, an extension of humanity's reach, met the fine, reddish dust. One small step for humanity, Eris broadcast, his voice thick with emotion. One giant leap for the human spirit. The camera drone hovering above captured the moment. The image of a solitary figure against an alien sky, a testament to relentless ambition sent hurtling back across the cosmic ocean to a cheering Earth. This was not a flag-planting exercise. It was the genesis of a multi-planetary civilization. Forging the path, a legacy of innovation and grit. The journey to this crimson plane had been an odyssey of its own, a testament to humanity's ingenuity and a fierce determination born from both curiosity and necessity. The dream of Mars had once seemed insurmountable, plagued by mind-boggling costs, brutal distances, and the existential threat of deep space radiation. But as Earth grapples with escalating climate change, dwindling resources, and the ever-present specter of global conflict, the vision of a multi-planetary future transformed from a distant fantasy into an urgent imperative. Decades of global collaboration had converged to overcome what once seemed impossible. Propulsion. The chemical rockets of the past were insufficient. Breakthroughs in compact nuclear thermal propulsion systems and later experimental fusion drives slashed transit times, making a round trip to Mars feasible within acceptable timeframes. The Eris-1 was powered by a hybrid nuclear thermal engine, a marvel of engineering that propelled them across the vast cosmic void in a mere 4 months. Radiation shielding. Space was a lethal environment. Innovative active shielding technologies generating localized magnetic fields combined with passive shielding made from specialized hydrogenated boron nitride nanotubes, BNNTs, protected the crew from the ceaseless barrage of cosmic rays and unpredictable solar flares. Within the habitat, water walls and regolith-filled barriers offered additional sanctuary. Life support. Every atom, every drop, every breath mattered. The Eris-1 and its habitat modules were closed-loop ecosystems. Advanced atmospheric processors continuously scrubbed carbon dioxide, regenerating oxygen from the Martian air, while sophisticated water recycling systems purified every drop from sweat to waste. Hydroponic farms, humming softly within the habitat, provided fresh produce, minimizing the need for stored rations. Human resilience. The physical and mental toll of extreme isolation and prolonged microgravity was perhaps the most complex challenge. Astronauts underwent years of rigorous training, including simulations designed to break their resolve. Communication delays of up to 20 minutes one way meant real-time support from Earth was impossible. The crew of Eris-1 was trained to be self-sufficient, a cohesive unit capable of critical decision-making under immense pressure. Personalized medicine, advanced telemedicine kits, and AI-driven diagnostic systems ensured their physical health, while integrated virtual reality environments allowed them to escape to Earth's serene landscapes, mitigating the psychological strain. Whispers of life, a discovery on the red planet. After the initial euphoria, the hard work began. Eris, Lena, and Kenji established their base, a cluster of inflatable modules nestled within a small, ancient crater rim chosen for its potential subsurface ice. Days blurred into weeks as they deployed scientific instruments, conducted geological surveys, and began preliminary resource extraction. It was Lena, ever vigilant in her search for biosignatures, who made the first truly groundbreaking discovery. Deep within a lava tube, protected from the harsh surface radiation, her automated drills extracted core samples unlike any seen before. Under the enhanced microscope in the Habitats lab, she found it. Endolithic microbial communities, tiny, hardy organisms clinging to existence within the subsurface rocks, thriving on chemosynthesis, adapted to the extreme Martian environment. Commander, Kenji, you need to see this. Her voice, usually calm, vibrated with barely contained excitement. Eris and Kenji crowded around the holographic display. There, magnified 1,000,000 times, were microscopic forms, undeniably biological, pulsating with a slow, deliberate rhythm. It was not intelligent life, not complex multicellular organisms, but it was life, indigenous, Martian. The implications were staggering. The question that had driven humanity's gaze to the stars for millennia, are we ever alone, now had a partial, incredible answer. The data was encrypted and transmitted back to Earth, ignited a frenzy of scientific and philosophical debate, galvanizing global support for further Martian exploration like never before. Building a new horizon. Mars as humanity's second home. Lena's discovery transformed the mission. Mars was no longer just a destination for exploration. It was a vibrant, if nascent, ecosystem that needed to be understood, studied, and protected. The focus shifted from mere expedition to establishing a permanent, thriving research outpost. Over the next few years, the initial habitat expanded. More modules arrived, carried by autonomous cargo ships. Robotic excavators, guided by AI, dug deep, creating subterranean living spaces within the lava tubes, offering natural radiation protection and stable temperatures. These underground complexes, New Olympus, became the heart of the burgeoning Martian colony. Water ice, which had initially been discovered by orbiters, was now efficiently extracted, purified, and used for drinking, agriculture, and crucially, for splitting into hydrogen and oxygen to produce rocket fuel. The Martian atmosphere, rich in carbon dioxide, was processed to yield oxygen for breathing and more propellant. Mars was proving to be a treasure trove of resources, making self-sufficiency an increasingly tangible goal. Eris, Lena, and Kenji, initially planned for a 2-year mission, extended their stay, becoming the nucleus of the nascent colony. Their expertise was invaluable in constructing the early infrastructure, training subsequent arrivals, and refining the life support systems. The physical and mental tolls were immense, but the sense of purpose, of building a new future for humanity, overshadowed every hardship. The multi-planetary age, beyond the red planet. The success of the Martian colonization project reshaped Earth. The urgency of resource scarcity and climate change found a new outlet in off-world expansion. A truly global space agency, Aether Corp, emerged, consolidating the efforts of national space agencies and private enterprises. A network of worlds, Mars became the primary training and launch pad for deeper space missions. Automated probes, then crewed expeditions, ventured into the asteroid belt, transforming it into a cosmic quarry for rare metals and volatile ice, which fueled further expansion. Research outposts were established on Europa, using advanced submersibles to explore its subsurface ocean for signs of life, and on Ganymede, mining its vast reserves of water ice. Terraforming's first whispers. While large-scale terraforming of Mars remains centuries away, early-stage geoengineering experiments began, aimed at thickening the atmosphere and raising temperatures in isolated, controlled zones. Small, self-contained biospheres, testing resilient extremophile Earth plants, were deployed, slowly beginning the long process of biological integration. The dawn of interstellar exploration, with humanity firmly established on multiple celestial bodies, the audacious dream of interstellar travel moved from science fiction to long-term planning. Breakthrough Starshot-inspired probes, tiny and propelled by powerful lasers from solar orbit, were launched, their destinations the nearest star systems. They were humanity's first silent emissaries to the stars, carrying the hopes of billions. A transformed society. The space economy became a dominant force, creating new industries, jobs, and a global demand for scientists, engineers, and indeed, ethicists and artists to ponder humanity's new place in the cosmos. Earth, while still home, became the cradle, a living museum of humanity's origins, its resources carefully managed, its environment slowly healing. The societal divisions that once plagued it began to diminish, overshadowed by the grand unifying endeavor of cosmic expansion. Eris Thorne, now an elder statesman of the Martian colony, stood on a vista overlooking the nascent city of New Olympus. The reddish haze of the Martian sunset painted the sky in hues of orange and purple. The hum of life support was louder here, amplified by the growing activity. Shuttles ferried personnel and cargo between surface habitats and the deep underground. Young, ambitious scientists and engineers, born not on Earth but on Mars, bustled about, their lives dedicated to the further understanding and expansion of this new frontier. He thought of the long journey, the immense risks, the sacrifices. He thought of Lena, who had dedicated her life to uncovering the secrets of Martian life, and Kenji, who had engineered much of the colony's vital systems. They had not just landed on a planet, they had ignited a new chapter in the human story. The stars, once distant pinpricks in the black velvet, now held countless possibilities. Humanity, no longer confined, was stretching its collective consciousness across the vastness, driven by the same insatiable curiosity that had led Eris Thorne to take that first monumental step. The future was not just out there, it was being built, brick by red brick, by the enduring spirit of exploration. The journey had truly just begun,